Hi everybody, Stephanie Johnston here with the studio for our second episode of the Clinician's Corner. Today in our DBT for Clinicians Facebook group, we talked about the dialectical dilemmas in DBT, so I thought that we could share some of that in this little tidbit. Again, this is for any clinician or client or just anybody to learn some of these little therapeutic tips, tricks, techniques to enhance your therapy session or your life in general. So the dialectical dilemmas in DBT are a nice way to organize some of the This is a tendency that you'll see really emotionally dysregulated people fallen into. So people with borderline personality disorders or just highly sensitive people in general can fall into this either or kind of category. And so the dialectics is kind of a teeter-totter. And so this is what we've got here. So let me bring this up. So each one of these lines here is a these lines, there are 6 different components, so there's 3 different teeter-totters basically. And the first one that you've got is this unrelenting crisis. It is kind of the opposite of and the result of and tied to this inhibited grief. So to actually get into the details of it would take a much longer training, but the basics are a highly sensitive person who doesn't have strong coping skills or the ability to regulate their emotions just shoves them all back and does not deal with those emotions. And so you've got old anger, that's the grief part, sadness, fear. You're invalidating yourself by not processing through those emotions, and so you're piling them all up, kind of like shoving it all into a closet, and when you open it up, open the door, everything comes pouring out on you. This is also like damming all of those emotions up and just, I'm not going to have it, I can't deal with it, until the smallest thing sets you off and it all breaks through and you've got all this flotsam and jetsam and debris and the results, the chaos, right, of that emotion spilling out. So you've got this tiny little pinprick breaks the dam and all of those old pent up unprocessed emotions come out. And then that causes more anger, more sadness, or more loss because now you've destroyed your, you've broken all your dishes in your kitchen, or you've beaten up somebody's car with a baseball bat and now you're in jail. And that causes more anger and fear and sadness that is then not dealt with and is backed up again in the dam. So that is one of the dialectical dilemmas. Another one is this emotional vulnerability. Here you see a burn victim. So it's an emotional burn victim, which is what Linehan says in she's the one that created DBT. She brought this all to us. So emotional burn victim, just very thin-skinned. Any light touch really sets these highly sensitive people off, and it really genuinely hurts them, as though a light touch does when you have a sunburn or a worse burn. So these people do have this very intense emotional vulnerability, but then they pop over into shutting it all off and slamming it down and going into self-invalidation. So probably these individuals, especially with borderline personality disorder, grew up in an invalidating environment. That's kind of what helps to create this dynamic. So instead of a parent or a teacher or an environment being invalidating, the person internalizes that, and so they invalidate themselves for being too emotional. So they are emotional and it all comes out, and then they pop over into, I shouldn't feel this way, I'm fine, I don't feel this way, I don't need anything, I'll get over it, it's not a big deal, and you can just literally see that wall kind of shut off. And the final one is active passivity versus apparent competence. So active passivity is saying, I'm helpless, I'm weak, I don't know how to do anything, I can't handle anything, everything is too much. And this can be really kind of grating sometimes to be with somebody that gets caught up in this track, because they act as though they can't do anything. The opposite of that, which is not true, but it feels true to them in the moment. The opposite of that is apparent competence, which says, oh, I'm fine, I've got it, I don't need any help. And so you've got this graphic of somebody like carrying all their groceries in. It's saying like, I have everything perfectly in control and under order, and I don't need the influence or help or support of anybody. That is also not true and not helpful. And so you'll see people pop in from one to the other. So for you clinicians out there, for you students of therapy, this is a nice way to organize this system that happens with these individuals, and gives you a common language of like, oh, it looks like you're going into robot mode. It looks you're in this blue phase. I think you might be in apparent competence right now. You probably need a little bit of help, or you're self-invalidating right now, or you're damming up all the water. You know that when you don't allow yourself to feel the emotions like that, it's all going to come out. You know, it's just a nice way to clarify it, to teach it as a metaphor, because that's how we learn. It's super important. And to give you a common language with your clients. And for any clients out there, notice how this might play out in your life, and you can kind of use some mindfulness to recognize when, oh, you know what, maybe I'm kind of dealing with the release of all these pent-up emotions right now. Maybe I should try to release the emotions a little bit more as they happen. So we're putting a faucet in that dam. So that, in a very brief nutshell, is the dialectical dilemmas in DBT, with some lovely little graphics to get the message across. Please leave comments, questions in here on the comment section. Be sure to like if you can hear it, and if this is working for you, we'll keep doing it if it is. Subscribe if you want to keep watching these little tidbits. We will have them every week. Over on Facebook, we've got the Dialectical Behavior Therapy for Clinicians Facebook group. If any clinicians want to get in there and get longer trainings in this, we just did a full hour of really explaining these things in that today, which, by the way, is still there. You can watch it afterwards. And let me know if there's anything in particular that you want to learn more about, but we will keep giving you these little tools to fill up your toolkit as therapists. So thanks again. I'm Stephanie from the studio, and we'll see you next time.